Action 10 News.
Today, we are looking back at the remarkable life and career of Ken Schwall.
With his quick wit, impeccable timing, and endless curiosity, his stories kept us laughing. While his compassion, steadfast faith, and devotion to family kept him grounded.
The key is putting people at ease.
So get ready to relive some of Ken's best stories, memories, and moments that made him a true East Tennessee legend.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Robin Wilhoit.
And I'm John Becker, and today we are remembering our friend and colleague Ken Schwall. For decades, Ken introduced us to everyday people in East Tennessee.
Many of them lived normal day-to-day lives, but had a uniqueness about them that made them positively Schwall material.
The man who focused on these people brought us stories that were witty, intelligent, funny, and curious. And today, we are looking back at the man and his many talents.
And we begin with Ken Schwall as a newsman. Long before he was making us belly laugh, he was a reporter covering the headlines of the day.
Well, here we are in Newport, Tennessee. In Maryville, Tennessee, at a place called Maryville Fastener. In Townsend, Tennessee, where they're all...
Before he was positively Schwall, highlighting the hijinks of East Tennessee, living in his own Schwall's world, Ken, believe it or not, was the consummate newsman.
He says no matter what TVA says, the investigation is really just beginning. The company was supposed to move next week. This house on Parkview in Knoxville. And for the city of Irwin, that's good news. Ken Schwall, Action 10 News.
You may not realize this, having seen the things that he's done for the past 15, 20 years, but at heart he is a newsman's newsman.
Bill Williams and Ken Schwall go way back to 1979, before BIR. Ken was spinning country music tunes and reporting the news at radio station WGAP.
So I learned early on, if you wanted to know what was going on in Blount County or in Maryville, you called Ken Schwall at the Gap. I mean, he had a radio voice, one that I always wished I had. But we needed a reporter. And I told Schwall, I said, I want you to apply for this job. And he did.
Then Channel 10 News Director and reporter Bob Selwyn made the offer.
Ken had that devilish grin and those mischievous eyes. He had this wonderful radio voice, and he was okay looking, okay? Not great, but okay. So I'd gone to the director and said, look, we got this new kid coming on. Add him to the credit roll, put him under reporter. Here's how you spell his name.
Before he officially accepted the job, Ken wanted to break the news to WGAP. Well, WBIR accidentally beat him to it.
Somehow or another, the unhired Ken Schwall's name rolled up the screen as a new reporter at Channel 10. And I don't know the exact repercussions of that, but I do know this. I taught Mr. Ken Schwall how to break news on television that night.
While some folks look to comics for profit, others look to them for fun.
Ken's first story on Channel 10 featured a comic book convention here in town, but hundreds more hard-hitting stories would follow.
Just to show them up, I'll go to jail.
I'll never forget the Nellie McCall story. Nellie McCall was a widow woman whose land was being taken over by the Tellico Dam.
After a brief private meeting with the marshal and her attorney,
Under the direction of federal marshals, she was moved out of her house. It was wonderful TV, just a great TV story. And Ken Schwall told it so magnificently, so beautifully.
So when the news director post came open, Ken's news sense and storytelling made him the perfect candidate.
Well, the manager asked me if I'd do it, and I knew better. I knew, no, I don't want to do that. But I suggested Ken Schwall. He was news director for, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years. He hated it.
But during his short stint as newsroom leader, Ken made some notable hires.
Well, turns out it was his first day as news director. I don't think he knew what to say to me, so he said, well, why don't you come in for an interview?
The internship would eventually turn into a job for the young Moira Kay.
I ended up getting hired at Channel 10 and working as the weekend weather anchor. Well, Ken was the weekend news anchor, so here we are. We ended up working together, and we've been friends ever since.
East Tennessee can easily say the same all these years later.
what flavor is it?
Gecko.
Though Ken's storytelling has taken a softer edge over time, some things haven't changed. That devilish grin and those mischievous eyes.
I had a joke with Bill the other day. I said, my gosh, it's been 36 years that we have inflicted Ken Schwall on the East Tennessee viewers. How are we ever going to be able to make up for that? All right? And then we laughed about it, and I said, well, Bill, you and I have to share the blame for this one. But in truth, we also get a great deal of credit because I think Ken Schwall has enriched the community.
Ken Schwall, Action 10 News.
Eventually, Schwall was given the task to tell the stories of the people of East Tennessee and the things that mattered to them.
From there, we were all living in Ken Schwall's world and loving every minute of it.
In Blount County, Ken Schwall, Action 10 News. Ken Schwall, Action 10 News at the Phipps Bend Nuclear Plant. Ken Schwall, Action 10 News in Greenville. Ken Schwall, Action 10 News at Chota.
From one end to the other, Ken Schwall had East Tennessee covered. As a newbie reporter at WBIR back in 1979, Ken's beat was everything but Knoxville.
My problem was how to get people in Knoxville or Loudoun County to care about a wheel tax in Cocke County. So to do that, I tried to make it just a little bit folksy and not really entertaining, but entertaining.
His unique storytelling eventually caught the attention of a broadcast consultant who suggested giving his style a name. So in 1995, Schwall's World was born.
And people started saying, gee, we like that new Schwall's World you're doing with the funny stuff, and so we had to keep it up.
And the rest is history.
The rest is fluff history, yes. We went from hard news to fluff.
Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Can you hear?
Former WBIR news director Margie Nichols, who helped orchestrate Schwall's World, says Ken found his calling.
It fit his personality, it fit who he was better, to just tell stories about interesting and unique people in East Tennessee. And he did it in such a way that it wasn't schmaltzy and it was fun, and it just gave us a slice of life every day.
Not to mention vinegar pie.
We didn't run into a single person who didn't like it.
New York-style pizza.
You work by hand, everything by hand.
Hot dogs. Lots of hot dogs. Along the way, he's introduced us to the Griswolds. Searching for the perfect Christmas tree.
Forgot the saw.
Don't see my underwear, do you?
No.
Roy Boy Baker. A woman who barks.
Small dog.
And another who clucks, just to name a few. Former WBIR General Manager Jim Hart says Ken has a gift.
So there's a little bit of L for impishness in him, too, that comes through in the way he kind of challenges people in his pieces to sing when they don't sing or to do whatever. And he gets folks to do things that they wouldn't normally do.
While Ken's style of spinning a tale has stood the test of time, the Schwall's World moniker eventually changed to Positively Schwall.
What do you say to the critics who say all your stories involve food?
No comment.
Positively Schwall, weeknights at 6 on 10 News.
But frankly, we make fun of people, and it's probably the most negative thing on the news, but it's all right.
It'll always be Schwall's World to most of us.
Always. Whether it's Schwall's World or Positively Schwall, the constant is Ken.
I always say that my job is to cheer people up after the news has depressed them with the news and sometimes the weather and sometimes the sports. I have to come up and cheer them up. But this place has always been fun, and I love that, and I'll miss it.
Over the years, Ken introduced us to people with unique talents.
That includes a lady who had us all cackling.
This is Sandra Dubon, hard at work at her family's insurance office just off of Paper Mill. She's capable, conscientious, and hardworking. Oh, and one other thing.
She clucks.
You're sure about that?
I'm positive.
You've heard her.
I've heard her.
And now we're about to. You don't don't have to beg for an encore. This chicken's a ham.
We could do Frosty. I hear Frosty coming from the crowd.
Yeah, okay. There's no crowd.
Yeah, I hear a Frosty.
Okay, do Frosty. So you're her father?
That's correct.
You must be so proud.
Absolutely proud of her. Yeah, not too many people can cluck.
No, you're right there.
And especially Rocky Top. You ought to hear her cluck.
Oh, she does Rocky Top?
Oh.
But at this time of year, we'll just stick to Christmas songs.
Schwall 10 News.
The stories that were positively Schwalls became classic Schwalls.
And by now, they're all classics for one reason or another, including one of our favorites involving a star of the Nativity pageant of Knoxville. Buster is long gone by now, but the story of his time in the pageant lives on, thanks to Ken.
Enter the gates of Bethlehem.
Each year in the Nativity pageant, Buster plays the part of the faithful donkey carrying Mary and Joseph to Bethlehem. In the off-season, though, Buster lives on a farm in Carnes. And every year about this time, Buster's owner, along with several Nativity pageant officials, come to get him.
Buster! Come on, Buster!
And like every other year, Buster doesn't want to go. So the chase is on. Soon Buster heads out of sight. The kids, though, are still in hot pursuit.
If he'll just come back through here, we'll get him, sooner or later.
But alas, the kids finally come through. Buster is in custody. Boy, these actors sure are a temperamental lot. Ron Bledsoe's the trainer.
So, you and Buster go back a long way, do you?
Yeah, about 6 years. The previous donkey, they retired him.
And why did they retire the previous donkey?
Took off running, dragging Joseph behind him.
No. So what's Buster's name in the pageant?
Buster.
I don't remember in the Bible where the donkey's name was Buster.
You don't?
Well, look for Buster in the Nativity pageant at the Civic Coliseum Sunday afternoon, Monday night, and Tuesday night. We hope. Ken Schwall, Action 10 News.
Sticking with the Christmas theme and one of our personal favorite stories with Ken.
It involves a case of life imitating art in the search for the perfect Christmas tree.
What an exciting day for these sisters. 80-year-old Alice and 82-year-old Marion have just opened their own Christmas tree business on the old family farm. And here come their first customers. When Alice and Marion were kids, the family would load up the wagon and head for the woods. And they think their old memories could translate into a profitable business as modern families search for nostalgic ways to celebrate the holidays. The sisters are excited about their first-time business venture, but can they survive?
You know, business is cutthroat these days. Are you ready for that?
I guess we'll have to be, won't we?
Well, don't expect cutthroat, but their prices are more than competitive with the big boys.
Are you trying to run Walmart out of business or
Well,
something?
we would love to.
Once the wagon arrives, the family unloads and begins its search for the perfect tree. And it's not long before the treasure is discovered.
This is the one you want?
Yeah.
Now, what's your name?
Rich Griswold.
Griswold?
Griswold.
So that would make this the
Griswold family Christmas tree.
Dad, did you bring a saw?
Nice coincidence, but how similar could they be to the hapless Griswolds of the movies?
Let's get this one, okay? Okay. Forgot the saw.
Ken Schwall, 10 News.
And it wasn't just the people of East Tennessee Ken introduced us to. There were also the animals.
Including a monkey named Binky that liked to tinker on cars.
Driving out Kingston Pike almost to Dixie Lee Junction, we noticed a truck broken down on the side of the road. There were some guys working under the hood and one guy with a monkey on his shoulder. He owns the truck. The guy, that is.
What seems to be the trouble here?
I got some air in the injectors.
Oh, well, we can fix that.
Yeah.
You got a monkey wrench?
No, I got a grease monkey.
Well, now that we have all the corny monkey jokes out of the way, we did kind of wonder why he had a monkey on his shoulder.
That's Daddy's girl right there.
We got her as a pet about 13 years ago.
What's her name?
Binky.
We know that Binky doesn't really understand the situation here, but it sure did look like she was trying to fix the truck.
Binky, what's wrong with the truck? It's got bad troubles.
Yeah.
Do you think you can fix it? Apparently the interview's over. She's got work to do.
Seeing Junior here helping out got us to wondering.
Now, how does she compare with having a kid?
No smart mouth, no insurance, no college.
So it compares favorably.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
We were sure impressed with Binky. She certainly seemed like a smart monkey.
So what kind of monkey is it?
She's a capuchin monkey.
A capuchin?
Yep, the old organ grinder monkeys.
Yeah, back in the day, the old organ grinder would entertain the crowds while his monkey would go about collecting money.
And see, we're bumming money today, and you stopped. So.
Good deal. Well, listen, we got to go. I'm sorry. See you later.
Ken Schwall, 10 News.
Of all the characters Ken Schwall met while at WBIR, one sticks out to many because, like Schwall, he was a true original.
Here is more on Sal at Metro Pizza in Alcoa.
Here at this Alcoa pizzeria, the music is almost as important as the pizza. Almost, but not quite. Salvatore Baccia is the proprietor here, and if you can't tell from the decor, he's a real Italian, born and bred.
Where are you from?
Napoli.
Napoli.
Love city.
Oh.
Look at my page. Where I come from, Napoli.
Well, that's where you're from.
Uh-huh.
Napoli.
Napolitan, yeah.
We say it Naples, though, us Americans.
That's okay.
How come all Italians talk with their hands like that?
That's action. You show the person, you know, what you want. The other person, you understand.
Yeah. No matter what you say, it's the hands.
You say,
Hey.
use the hand.
Hey.
You know, you say, hey, Pasqua, come sta? Buon, sto buon.
Sal spends most of his time in the kitchen, rolling in dough, also using his hands.
You talk about hand, you work about hand, everything about hand.
To Italians, food is vitally important. Everything has to be good.
This is the best cheese you can find on Mark.
Is it Italian?
Japanese. It's sure Italian. What's the matter?
Did we mention that Sal is a certified character? So we asked his daughter why.
Espresso. This one keeps him very energetic.
Is that what? It's the coffee.
It's the coffee.
Santa Lucia.
Ken Schwall, Action 10 News.
Every December, Ken would honor his man and woman of that particular year. It was a true honor, or so he said.
Here is one of the winners for Woman of the Year, a lady who lived two worlds that were anything but normal.
A friend called me from the Highway 411 South Antiques Mall after spotting a young lady who seemed to fit right in. Turns out she's 23 years old and smitten with life in the 40s and 50s. She comes in here looking for things to help give her home that retro look to match her own.
How did you start doing this?
I've always liked old things, vintage things. I tell people all the time I was born in the wrong era.
She has stepped into the modern era long enough to create a Facebook page,
Pinup Daisy Delane, where she's posted oodles of pictures, or pinups as they were called. Now, looking like this isn't easy, she'll spend up to 2 hours getting all dolled up to go out. But she says it's worth every minute.
I like the hair, I like the makeup, I like everything about it. And my car is a 1959 Edsel.
Do you always dress like this?
Every day. Every day I'm not at work.
Seriously?
Yes, sir.
But at work you don't?
I'm not quite so much allowed to wear these dresses.
And there's a reason for that. Yep, when she's not being a pinup girl, Pinup Daisy is a firefighter. We found her here at the Friendsville Volunteer Fire Hall. No frilly dresses allowed.
You ever get called out and you got your fancy dress on?
All the time.
What do you do?
Stuff it in.
Schwall 10 News.
And still to come, Schwall at the mall.
Plus, we are looking back at how Schwall's world turned positively Schwall and meeting the woman behind the man, Ken's lovely bride. When it comes to interviewing interesting people, Ken Schwall was the king of finding a diamond in the rough.
And that made things a lot easier for people whose job it was to market Ken Schwall and his uniqueness at Channel 10. Former anchor Beth Haynes looks back at how Schwall's time slot and style changed over the decades.
Relax. Don't adjust your set. What you are seeing is real.
From psychedelic Schwall and somewhat serious Schwall.
I think it went well. I think it fell right within our target range of lame to mediocre.
To Schwall substitutes.
Now, boys, if you do what I tell you, you can't go wrong.
The funny guy and his franchise have always been promotion gold.
He was just a promotion manager's dream because anything you said, within reason, was going to work with Schwall.
Oh, this is good stuff. Yeah, you got to see this.
He's someone you immediately like when you meet him because he's just got a smile. Now, admittedly, after an hour, you're over it.
His slice of life stories first became known as Schwall's World.
And that's what everybody named it, and because it was his world, a kind of wacky little, view of life.
Then Gannett acquired WBIR, and Boss Man changed the name.
He was wanting to make sure people realized that it was lighter, and so he went with the Positively Schwall.
It's Positively Schwall, keeping it real weekdays on Action 10 News.
Privately, in all the little dark corners of the newsroom, it was Schwall's world.
And now?
It's just Schwall, and that's probably the best name of all. It's Schwall.
When it came to Schwall, promotions had one goal: get Ken out of his comfort zone.
It's got a narrow range of likes and dislikes, and but wouldn't it be good if we put him in situations that he was totally uncomfortable in? And that's magic.
Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worry on the doorstep.
So Ken danced.
Mr. Willie Nelson's The Sunny Side of the Street. And we just threw Schwall out there.
Not once.
Funk Soul Brother, check it out now.
But twice.
They got to see him in this role, kibitzing with these young ladies and looking awkward. They were funny. We had to be stopped from promoting Ken.
He also ventured out after hours.
I think Schwall After Dark may actually have been my idea. It's no longer around.
Occasionally, Ken produced late-night stories for the Night Beat.
Different kind of bars. I think there was bubble baths involved. And the only reason I feel like it stopped is because we run out of crazy things to do.
Ken not only attracted viewers, but also the competition.
They had started some promos which accused us of being not serious about the news.
Meet Dominic.
And this pup came to the rescue.
It was one of those irrepressible stories that you just cannot love. And Schwall had his spin on it that was wonderful.
So WBIR Promotions featured Ken's story at an image spot, celebrating Channel 10's ability to tell life's good and bad.
The world needs a good two-legged dog story every now and then.
And it just connected with the viewers and basically minimized the claim that the competition was making that we weren't serious.
Regardless of the situation, Ken always provokes a smile.
But his sense of timing, his sense of humor.
Tough job being positively Schwall. Somebody's got to do it.
Where's my hot dog?
Excellent at his craft, I should say. And that ultimately is what you want people to say about you when you retire.
As Beth mentioned, the story of that two-legged dog was one of our all-time favorite stories from Ken.
Now here's a look back at the story that made an impact on all of us.
Good boy. Dominic is a typical 2-year-old greyhound. What's not typical, though, is that he only has 2 legs. It hasn't slowed him down. Even family members are amazed at what he can do.
How does he do it?
I don't know.
Dominic was born with 4 legs, but an auto accident took 2 of them away. His recovery was fast, though, unbelievably fast.
We were shocked. After he woke up from his surgery, they put him down on the floor and he ran back to where I was sitting last. He remembered where I was and he ran right after his surgery back to where I was.
He was young and he adapted and he performed just like any other dog.
A nice, friendly dog, too. Huh? You'd think he'd have a chip on his shoulder or something.
True, but he never, even when he was in pain, even when he was trying to recover, he never had a moment where he was hateful.
But he kept his spirit and now leads a full and productive life. And it's becoming even more interesting.
What's he doing?
Showing off for his girlfriend.
How sweet.
Ken Schwall, Action 10 News.
Did you know Ken Schwall's birthday was in fact Valentine's Day?
Yeah, lover boy, that's right. So he was always looking for romantics at heart. Here's one of our favorite stories inspired by Cupid.
The Blood County Clerk's office was a sea of red. There was no doubt that it's almost Valentine's Day. Employees were in the spirit, right down to their toes. Romantic spouses sent in red roses. Less romantic husbands did what they could. The mood was perfect for young couples ready to tie the knot. With the paperwork out of the way, the reality of what Adam and Michelle were about to do was just setting in.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, I'm nervous.
How come?
It's just a big deal to me.
I guess it is a big deal. How do you feel?
Nervous.
Oh, nervous?
Yeah.
Now, why would you feel nervous?
Because he is.
But marrying Adam is worth all the butterflies.
Is he romantic?
No.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, now, let's not argue. No, just wait till the ceremony's over.
But we need someone to officiate. Richard Williams is a Blount County commissioner, but once a year he turns into Commissioner Cupid. Today, Commissioner Cupid will join Michelle and Adam together in holy wedlock. But first, a few tips on how to make it last.
If you kids go in a mall and hold hands, if you go in a grocery store, hold hands, and if you come to a red light, get you some sugar, but put on the brakes.
Now the time has come, the hour of reckoning.
I now pronounce you husband and wife, and you may kiss your bride.
Ken Schwall, Action 10 News.
The public was used to seeing Ken Schwall out and about on his various stories.
But it was at home where he was truly at ease. He and his bride, Karina, were married more than 50 years. They had a chance to talk to us, and we learned more about how their positively beautiful relationship blossomed.
This one lays brown eggs. This one lays green eggs.
Ken Schwall can rustle up chickens and sharpen a mower blade like any good Loudoun County boy, but as they say, he ain't from around here.
I took the step that a lot of Yankee boys take, and that's I met a girl from Tennessee. And the rest is history. And here I am.
Ken grew up in the snow and cement of Detroit, Michigan. Ever the clown, at one of his first jobs, he got serious about a girl, December 12th, 1966.
We sat next to each other the first day and have been together ever since.
We went out for a Coke, the classic thing that people did in years gone by.
Within a few years, Ken and Karina were married and headed south to East Tennessee.
I grew up with the gentle rolling hills and nice climate, nice weather, and southern hospitality, and don't sound like a southern girl, but I am.
She dragged me down here kicking and screaming, and I'm thrilled she did.
Married 47 years, they have 3 grown children, 2 boys and a girl, and 8 grandchildren. But life for the Schwall family was not always picture perfect.
We really had a tremendous financial struggle when we left the Detroit area for northern Michigan, and that caused us to work together and then becoming Christians, having faith in the Lord's provision.
I remember in our early years of marriage, it could get somewhat stormy at times, and I would often diffuse the situation by making her laugh, and I could always do that.
I say that if I were living in the Middle Ages, I would have married the court jester.
So I think that humor saved our marriage.
Excitement is just too much.
And we all know Ken's humor.
The car hop impressed us with her enthusiasm, although she sometimes left us a bit confused.
You walked in the door, I was like, I know who you are, but I didn't know who you was.
See what I mean?
His signature shenanigans have, for almost 2 decades, marked the end of every 6 o'clock newscast.
Oh, I call what he does fluff. Because he was a serious news guy, and when you make a transition, you have to have a term for it. His job is like a vacation.
Do you know how long I've been hearing that? I heard that today. Today, she's still holding that over my head.
He's Santa Claus. Show him.
But producing his fluff does keep Ken busy and out of the house.
When I first said to Karina, I think I'm going to retire. Now, and this was 3 years ago, but she said, I'm again it. She says, tell him what you say, dear.
Men need somewhere to go after breakfast.
But as we learned during our chat, this Yankee boy with Southern sensibilities and a penchant for making people smile has some hidden talents he can hone in retirement.
And as part of that interview I did with Schwall, I threw a list of questions at him for a rapid fire on Ken's favorite things.
This is how you make a Boston cooler.
Ken confused us right away with the Boston Cooler dessert choice, given he's a Motor City boy.
Favorite hockey team?
Red Wings. Go Wings.
Favorite baseball team?
Tigers. Go Tigers.
Back in the kitchen, his pick for favorite dessert to make started making sense. It calls for 2 ingredients.
All right, 3 scoops. Now, here we go. Now, this is Verner's ginger ale.
This is the secret.
Now, listen to this. Oh, this is bubbles, bubbles, bubbles.
Oh. We'll revisit the kitchen for the finale, but throughout his 35-year reporting career, Ken has developed certain tastes, and we wanted to sample his list of favorites.
Favorite pizza?
Metro. Yeah, Alcoa.
Favorite shake?
Chocolate.
Favorite sushi?
California roll.
Favorite sandwich?
Bologna.
Oh, no. What about Reubens?
Reubens are nice.
His wife, Karina, of 47-plus years, helped us help Ken stay on track.
Favorite home-cooked meal?
Anything my wife makes.
Favorite place to nap?
In a news car.
Favorite read?
You mean books? Have I ever read a book?
He does read books.
I read anything political. I read political books.
Favorite East Tennessee expression?
Dang.
Venue?
WDVX Blue Plate Special.
Favorite musician?
David West. Plays the banjo like nobody's business.
We learned Ken's list of favorites.
Favorite town in Tennessee?
Greenback.
Tend to share something in common.
Favorite saying? There's no place like home.
They're sentimental.
Favorite hot dogs? Abe's Lunch in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
Why?
I grew up on Abe's. One of my family's from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
And fittingly, most have a story.
Favorite antique store? The White Pine Antiques.
What makes that stand out? That came pretty
White
quickly.
Pine Antiques. It's crowded with it's just antiques all over the place. They have little aisleways that you have to wind through. It's just the most incredible place ever.
And back in the kitchen,
the oldest soft drink in America, folks. Right here.
The original ginger soda. Look at that pour. Just
Isn't that
perfection.
nice? I used to be a bartender.
I can see that. You handle
I still
yourself
got
well.
it. Try not to spill. I'm so nervous. I hope he likes it.
That is very tasty. It's so bubbly.
It is. It's very bubbly.
Ken, the storyteller, shows us our favorite ending. One punctuated by that signature smile.
Thank you, Schwall.
That's it from the kitchen.
The joke about how much Ken Schwall enjoyed food is legendary.
In fact, it's because of that love of food that changes were made here at the station that really impacted all of us. Here's our former news director, Margie Nichols, to explain.
In the old days, if you went out of the county to do a story, the station paid for your lunch. Well, guess what? Ken Schwall and Darryl Blabusk made sure they went across that county line every single day. Well, at some point, management above me caught on to it and were like, wait a minute, we shouldn't be buying his lunch every day. So sort of that policy went away. And, you know, they still went out of the county because that's where so many of the interesting people were, but they didn't get their lunch paid for anymore.
Back to the food, we could fill hours and hours with all of the food-related stories that our buddy Ken covered over the years.
That's right, from ice cream to donuts, country cooking to world-class chefs, he covered them all. One in particular we still talk about, vinegar pie.
The view from atop Clinch Mountain is awfully hard to beat, and every day people come up to enjoy it. And while they're here, they often will enjoy a big slice of vinegar pie at the Clinch Mountain Lookout restaurant. It might not sound that appetizing, but after 60 years, tourism people are actually now building tours around it. So what, you ask, is vinegar pie? This is vinegar pie, and believe it or don't, we didn't run into a single person who didn't like it.
It was great. It tastes like a lemon meringue pie.
Well, yeah, I eat it a lot. I do.
In fact, the worst reaction we heard was,
"It's better than no pie," is my take on it.
Vinegar pie is better than no pie at all.
Yes.
That should be their motto, right?
Now, it helps to be the adventurous type.
I try everything once. You know, when I was a Girl Scout, I ate chocolate-covered grasshoppers.
All right, please. We got people eating out there.
Oh, sorry.
Admittedly, first-time vinegar pie eaters do so with a certain amount of fear and trepidation. But they relax when they realize that
it doesn't taste like vinegar. It does taste like pie.
We suspect that vinegar pie is better if you're not doing the cooking.
What does that kitchen smell like when you're cooking that?
Vinegar.
Oh,
Yeah.
warm vinegar, I guess.
Yeah, like you're pickling pickles.
The question most often asked around here is the obvious one. Why?
It started back in the Depression because the not being able to afford lemons for lemon pie, so they used vinegar instead.
Now, who would have thought of that?
Some wise ladies.
Oh, really?
That's right.
Ken Schwall, 10 News.
David West at Ciderville Music was a longtime friend of Ken Schwall. If you've been to Ciderville, you clearly understand why.
Let's let Ken show us that unique stop on Clinton Highway.
David West is the head picker here at Ciderville. The place is a full-fledged music store with a few extras thrown in.
David's sister works here too. She plays the bass fiddle. But here at Ciderville, anyone can come in and jam. You don't have to be a virtuoso.
What do you think?
Possibilities.
Yeah?
Slim possibilities.
But the main function of the store is to sell musical instruments, especially guitars, and they've got them.
We got them from $29.95 to $22,000 each.
No.
So we
What, you have a $22,000 guitar?
That's $22,000 guitar right there.
The Martin Guitar Company made a special edition to commemorate the 90th birthday of cowboy Gene Autry. They made only 66 of them, and this is one.
$22,000, huh?
$22,000.
Can I play it?
No.
Oh.
Ken Schwall, Action 10 News.
Those of us who were fortunate enough to work with Ken over the years know just how special he was. He was funny, but he also had a big heart for others.
Before his retirement in 2015, former 10 News anchor Russell Bivens shared more about his friend, Ken.
Uh-oh, look out.
Over the past 35 years, we've all shared some great laughs with Ken Schwall. And while he's best known for his humor,
Their motto is,
It ain't food if it ain't fried.
oh, amen, sister.
that's just a small part of who he is. Believe it or not, there is a more serious side. And he's taught many of us a lot about life. About being a dedicated husband, especially in a world that says it's a lot easier to call it quits. Ken's marriage to wife Karina of almost 50 years is proof positive. Not a day goes by where Ken doesn't tell a story about one of his 3 children or 8 grandchildren. With every breath, his love for them covers the room like an early morning fog over the Tennessee River. His faith and principles have always remained steadfast. He'll give you an honest answer without judging. And when you find that combination, you've found a true friend. That's what Ken Schwall is. TV is just what he does.
And Ken even had a lot of fun with Russell and Todd when they would host that mascot baseball at the former Tennessee Smokies games in Kodak.
Yeah, he made an already hilarious event even funnier, mixing 2 great loves, baseball and donuts.
We have some developing news taking place on the field. We talked earlier in pregame about bringing a first ever umpire to bring a little more integrity to the game.
Yeah, and which I'm all in favor of.
Well, now we are learning that this year's umpire is none other than Ken Schwall. Ken Schwall is behind the plate. He took a dozen donuts. He called the donut safe twice when clearly the donut was out.
Woo. I was positively certain that he was in his own world.
Bribe? It's not a bribe. It's nourishment.
All right, so Sevierville's Bloomin' Bluegrass and Barbecue.
Ham it up. I cannot believe that Schwall.
Is that even going to be fair?
Fair ball. It is fair.
It's fair.
Oh,
You're out.
hey, nice play, Chili.
Mr. Umpire, can you tell us what took place there?
Well, he was out, but he looks like he feels so bad. Safe.
Oh, wow. Schwall just called Bloomy safe, and I will tell you, Schwall likes his barbecue.
He does like his cue.
There's definitely something going on here, a system.
Yeah.
Donuts and barbecue.
Yeah, and right on
If
cue.
there was a hot dog in this game, never would be out.
I tell you what, no.
Batter up.
Jasper is up. They could
Jasper's
take
up.
the lead. They could at least tie it with a base hit.
Yeah.
This is a big, big moment for the Tennessee
Look at Jasper.
Valley Fair mascot. And a ground
down
ball,
third base line.
and
Oh!
Shoney Bear goes past him, and Bloomy is moving right now. Buzz B being held up by the Lion, but here comes Bloomy. Jasper's pants are down again.
Oh, pants on the ground. Good night coming down first base line. It happens every year.
There it is. It's 4-3, and Buzz B being held up by a Lion over here. I don't know what the official call is going to be, but Buzz B is going to be
just flying around.
Well,
out
there's
there
a couple
between
different
Sharky and
balls.
Rory.
I've noticed this.
Oh,
Because you look over there, Shoney Bear has a ball too.
wow.
All right, Buzz B is
Wow.
safe, right? What's the call,
Out.
Out. He called him out.
Out?
Out.
Out?
Okay, safe.
He is so hard to convince. Out. And that is the third out. And somehow Ken Schwall comes out as our umpire, which we did not know.
That was incredible. What a reveal. Had no clue that was Ken Schwall.
But his team was also playing Schwall's Slammers. And the donut was on his team. And somehow his team wins.
Wait a minute, you don't think?
I still have donut crumbs on me.
No, not at all. Beats Becker's Ball Boys by a final score of 4-3. That is the final.
Close game.
Ken Schwall's team wins the 2019 Mascot Baseball Challenge.
Wow.
And
I'm
now
glad the
now
donuts
you
won.
had drunk the Kool-Aid.
Well, they brought him up here.
Unbelievable.
On Fridays, Ken worked from home week, sort of.
Yes, we have to admit some of us doubted he was working, but he claimed he was going through a checklist of things at the Greenback Library. And reporter Emily Stroud did some investigating and found out he was really there.
Greenback Library.
Ken Schwall is a card-carrying member of the Greenback Library.
Membership has its benefits.
Like high-speed internet, which he needs to complete his weekly work assignment, answering viewer emails.
I have to discipline myself, because if I did it from home, it'd never get done. Plus, I live, as we say, out in the boonies. I don't have the high-speed modern internet. We have dial-up. Do you remember dial-up? Yeah, we have it at our house.
So every Friday, he has a standing appointment.
I sit right here in the last computer on the right, as we call it.
If it's 9 o'clock on the dot, I have to tape a sign to the computer so that nobody gets his spot. If you don't have this face, I had to go on your website and get a picture of him. If this is not you, do not sit at this computer.
Matter of fact, if I'm not here at 9, the librarian, Bambi, docks my pay. I don't know how that works, but...
His co-workers at the station sometimes doubt Ken is really here each Friday, but Bambi Walker confirms his attendance.
But most of the time, he's back there on the computer, just working.
Did he pay you to say that?
Yes, 20.
The emails he reviews contain story ideas and compliments and complaints. Viewers ask for directions or more information on the shops and restaurants he features.
When we do diners, we don't guarantee the quality of the food. We're just there for the cheap laughs. So, you know, I have had people email me and said, well, we tried that restaurant you were at up in blah, 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 and it was awful.
If the emails provoke laughter or other outbursts from this mild-mannered storyteller, well, Bambi knows how to restore order to the library.
Cattle prod. You can find those down here at the co-op.
It's all in fun. In fact, he only uses his celebrity status to bend the computer use time limit.
Well, they let me waive the 1-hour rule, unless there's a big crowd here.
He's like family. He doesn't want to be, but yes, he is.
Whew, man. Break time.
After 35 years with WBIR, Ken Schwall will retire at the end of the month.
I heard he got fired.
Well, apparently, according to the librarian, I'm not retiring from here. So I still have to come here every Friday and do what I don't know, but I'm committed, and I should be.
In retirement, he knows his work email will no longer be valid.
I will have to come up with a new email address, which will be unlisted. No. Schwall at thegreenbacklibrary.com.
When we come back, we return to one of Ken's most visited places.
From food courts to funny interviews, the mall held endless opportunities for our favorite reporter, and we'll highlight that and more as we remember Ken Schwall.
Welcome back, everyone. Ken Schwall took us to all corners of East Tennessee. But there were some places he visited regularly, almost weekly, where he hit a gold mine for interviews. Of course, we're talking about the shopping malls.
And Westtown Mall, Knoxville Center were two of his top spots. He found gems just like this one.
On the surface, it seems easy enough. You just pop it out of its easy-to-use carrying case and plop it in the windshield of your car. It works fine. The user-unfriendly part comes when you try to get the thing back into its easy-to-use carrying case. They say two heads are better than one. Not necessarily.
So I'm officially the dumbest blonde in Knoxville. Officially on TV now.
Ta-da! What's the problem?
Well, it seems that the thing is bigger than the bag.
Really?
Yes, it does appear that way.
What do I win if I get it in the bag?
Nothing.
There's an old saying known to many of us that goes, "It's close enough for government work." This is what that means.
Perfect. Just perfect.
Ken Schwall, 10 News.
When Knoxville Center Mall closed, Jim Matheny wanted to relive some of the best moments of Ken Schwall at the mall.
On the building's last day, they took this walk down memory lane.
The mall in East Knoxville was more than a place to shop. For decades, it was a place for stories.
This place has seen better days, of course, so have I.
Especially when retired reporter Ken Schwall was desperate.
Whenever we were stuck for something meaningful and relevant to do, we would come here. So we were here a lot, believe me. Lighter topics, nothing serious. That was against the rule.
He's not positive, but guesses maybe 100 newscasts ended with Schwall at the mall. Plus, it was good exercise.
Back one of the times my wife was trying to get me to lose weight, I'd get home from work, she'd say, "Did you get any exercise today?" I'd say, "Yeah, I walked around the entire perimeter of the UT campus."
But for all the mall walkers, Schwall noticed they all stop at a certain point.
I'm standing here on this escalator, violating my own principle, which is always keep moving.
All these people, they're standing still. Apparently, they think that if the steps are moving, they shouldn't be.
I'm not in a hurry today.
We came here one day with one of those things you put on your dashboard.
Trying to get the thing back into its easy-to-use carrying case.
It's been a long time since Schwall shoved a microphone into a stranger's face. Whew. With one last shot.
Just like the old days.
Is there any chance he could find one of his zany characters in an empty mall?
What are you doing on the floor?
It's restful. It's very restful. Mr. Schwall. Sir, Ken, sir.
What's he doing on the floor?
Well, at the time, we were reenacting something that happened many years ago.
I had a seizure, fell on the floor, was shaking all over.
That's your fondest memory of the place?
They put me in a really nice, comfortable wheelchair.
Oh, okay.
And rolled me back in the back, behind the restaurants.
He's still got it. This is Schwall's world. We're just living in it. But the part of that world that was close to the station, had lots of people, and a food court, is now just a fond memory.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, and the thing is, I'm glad I'm not working because I, try to get a soundbite around here. Except for me, you got nobody.
Ken Schwall style, Jim Matheny, 10 News.
For someone who talked to people all day, every day, Ken Schwall rarely talked about himself.
That all changed when he announced he was retiring, and then it was time for the cameras to turn on Ken. And here is Jim Matheny with more on the send-off we gave him at the Tennessee Theater.
Take it away. Tonight's celebration is all about Ken.
All of the world's a stage, and for 35 years, Schwall's world took center stage on WBIR.
Ho, 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 man.
And the players were us. The people of East Tennessee can positively put in the spotlight.
I'm first in line.
That's why people like Mildred Bailey lined up in the cold outside the Tennessee Theater to send Schwall out in style.
And I like Ken Schwall. A lot of fun stories. Oh my goodness.
We can't get in this place?
Of course, Ken crashed his own party.
I'm trying to scrape up enough money to get in.
We're gonna miss you.
Oh, selfie time. Here we go. Is that going to flash right in my face?
Do y'all even know what you're in line for?
Yeah! Free ice cream!
Yes, free ice cream!
And after 35 years of sharing other stories, on this night, Ken took a seat with his family on stage.
He did such wonderful reporting.
while hundreds of people crowded in to hear stories about him.
Schwall's World says.
Well, that and see this guy.
Comedy's hard to do, and you do it very, very well.
And as decades of players celebrated and saluted a classic,
Positively Schwall.
the outpouring did the impossible. It left Ken speechless. Well, almost.
I can't believe it. I'm really shocked. When they planned this, I told them, nobody's going to want to show up to see me leave. Yeah, I'm very surprised, pleasantly surprised.
And this curtain call was the perfect ending, and as always, was positively Schwall's.
I think the worst part, I'm going to have to pay for my own lunches. This was a mistake.
In downtown Knoxville, Jim Matheny, WBIR 10 News.
Ken Schwall's life after television was filled with family, friends, and plenty of laughter.
Just a few months into his retirement, I sat down with Ken over coffee to learn a little bit more.
So we're just supposed to look casual, like...
Yeah, like you've done this before.
There are many, many, many benefits of retirement. Not one of them is a paycheck, unfortunately.
You don't have to wear a tie.
I never did.
You do have time for lunch.
I always did.
Don't have to work with JJ anymore either.
Oh, you wouldn't believe how that's improved my life. My blood pressure has gone down. My ulcer's gone. Oh, it's great.
And he's still here.
Oh, JJ. I'm sorry. In spite of the fact that it was a great job, there was always the pressure of a deadline. Yeah.
I know people wake up with those nightmares that they are late for class. Do you ever wake up with nightmares that, oh my gosh, I haven't finished my story?
Just recently, and I've been out of this for, 8-10 months, I had that very dream that nothing was going right. People weren't there, and it was just, it was a nightmare, literally. So yeah, I do miss being in the newsroom. I miss the fun. I guess I'm like the typical old codger viewer, that word spelled wrong there.
I think
hand me the phone here. My wife is suggesting that I go find a job on the radio as a disc jockey and get back to my roots. And you know what I tell her? No. I try to divide my time between being a coffee house and the Greenback Library and the Greenback Diner. I've reunited with people that I haven't seen in years because, you can just call somebody up and say, hey, let's have lunch.
What has surprised you about retirement?
I'll tell you what surprised me. How fast I got used to it. I did. I thought there'd be this huge period of adjustment and psychological this and that. And I retired on a Friday. You were there.
Yes.
Monday, I get up and it was really strange not to have to go to work. And the whole day was odd. Tuesday, same thing, strange, odd, not to be at work. Wednesday, I never gave it a thought. Just like that. It was the weirdest thing.
Do you recommend retirement?
Oh yeah, if you don't need the money. And even if you do.
One note about Ken, Robin, you know this better than anyone. In the icons of television history, Johnny Carson is at the very top. He spent 30 years on The Tonight Show. Ken Schwall has him beaten by 5 years right here at Channel 10. 35 years, leaving a mark on East Tennessee that will never be duplicated.
His humor, his friendship, and ability to find the positivity of life will forever be missed.
We wanted to give Ken the last word spoken on his very last day here at Channel 10. Thank you, Ken, for the laughs and for the memories, and we appreciate you watching.
For all you viewers who have watched over the last 35 years, laughed with us, sometimes laughed at us, thanks for your loyalty.